what is Bootstrap? Any idea about what is Bootstrap?
I think it's a CSS framework developed by Twitter.
It's a CSS framework.
Okay.
And it's used for faster and easier web development.
Okay. Why we are using a Bootstrap here? Without the Bootstrap also by using a normal CSS we can able to make a proper style. But why we are calling a Bootstrap here?
So using the vanilla CSS, we might need to use media queries for responsive web design.
So
But
while we're using a Bootstrap, I mean the extension is .html for that, for Bootstrap.
Yes, Bootstrap also is not HTML. It's like a CSS thing only. With the help of a HTML only, all the CSS we have to use.
Okay.
So we are having a CSS thing, but why we are using a Bootstrap? What is the reason we are calling a Bootstrap?
Bootstrap, as you said, I mean to
Bootstrap is completely free to download and to use.
Okay.
So, and Bootstrap is used for developing the responsive mobile websites.
yeah, for mobile application you can use Bootstrap.
Mobile applications we can use Bootstrap.
So that whatever you are developing in the mobile, the look and feel will be the same as it shows in the desktop or tab or mobile, I believe.
Okay. So this is a Bootstrap website. Okay, so you can able to see my screen. My screen is visible to you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you are learning Angular or React, okay, so we can able to install the whole packages. Whole packages means by using an npm install, we can able to install the whole package from the Bootstrap itself. But now we are not using any Angular or React. We are learning only in HTML and CSS only. So in HTML and CSS, we are having only one option as the CDN only. So we have to how we are using a favicon icon and Google console. With the help of a CDN only, we are using the icons. So the same thing only in a Bootstrap as well as in a Tailwind also. Okay, if you are learning any framework, we can able to install the whole packages. But here we don't have any facilities to install the packages. So that we have to copy the CDN and we have to paste the CDN in the header section. Okay, with the help of the CDN only, we can able to use the Bootstrap style zone. Okay, see here, if you are moving to this website, here itself you can able to see the website, the CDN link. So this is for the installation purpose. Okay, after coming to the framework, you can able to install this. So now we can able to copy the CDN. You're having a two CDN. Okay, so in a Bootstrap itself, default they've given all the styles itself. So you want to take the style from the Bootstrap website and you want to use it. In some style, with the help of it's like a simple paragraph or padding or margin or background color or text color means this CDN it will support. Okay, some default style it will given from the Bootstrap itself. So some style they will just using like a JavaScript. Okay, so if you are trying to copy the code from this website and you're trying to paste in your clear code list with the help of a script tag only, that code also it will support. Okay, so we are having a two CDN. So you can copy the two CDN and go to the header section. This is for normal CSS. Normal style. Okay. Yes, right. Like some functionality will be there.
No, I didn't get it. Can you please explain it again?
So some style, say wait, I will tell. So we are having a two CDN. Okay, so you have to copy the two CDN and you have to paste it here. So if you want to, you can go on to the website here itself. Just go to the web. See, okay, all the default style it will given here. Okay, so we are learning the CSS, right? In the CSS, how we are making the background color and padding all. We have to call the style tag here. Okay, we have to open the style tag, or you can able to use inline style or external style also it will work. But with the help of a style tag only, we can able to make what are the colors we want. Okay, so for example, here you are making H1 tag. Okay, so for this particular H1 tag, you want to make some color, you want to make some style mix. You can directly call the H1 tag inside a style and you can able to call the background color or text color, padding, margin. Okay, so with the help of a style tag only, you can able to make what are the styles you want. Okay, in the style also directly you can call the H1 tag or else inside the H1 tag itself, we are having a two options, the ID and class. Okay, so if you are creating an ID image, we have to call the ID name and you can make a style. In case if you are creating a class, means you have to call the class name and you can make it in a style. It's a normal CSS. But when it's come to a Bootstrap, okay, so inside this class only you have to call all the styles. You're not supposed to use any style tag here. Okay, so inside a class, what are the styles you are writing? It will automatically, the style it will taken for the Bootstrap link because here we are copying the link, right? So inside for first we can check whether the link is supporting or not. Okay, so here I'm just typing a I think we have to write something here. Say Bootstrap is supporting. Okay, so if I first we have to check whether the CDN is supporting or not. Okay, so now we can command the CDN, we can remove this and see the color it will not come. Okay, so in a normal CSS, how we are writing the color? We have to call, suppose in case here you're creating a class name, if you're writing any class name, and inside a style, you have to call the class name and making the background color as a red and text color as a white, padding, margin, everything we have to specify it inside the style tag only. But when it's come to a Bootstrap, you have to write all the style, including inside a class only. Inside a class, if you are writing the style only, the Bootstrap CDN it will work. Okay, so in a Bootstrap, how we are learning the CSS? We have to use the background color. Padding means it will take an inner space. Margin means it will take an outer space. Okay, so in a normal CSS, we have to write the whole section. The whole section means we have to call the H1 tag. Okay, and then you have to make a margin full word. Okay, and then you have to call the margin as a 10 pixel. So for padding means again you have to make a padding as a full text message here, and then here you have to call the padding here. Okay, so this is a normal CSS, but when it's come to Bootstrap, inside a class itself, if you are using a p tag, means this is said to be a padding. Okay, if you are using a m, this is said to be a margin. So this is a all short form. So you have to learn it from this website. So we are having a short form of this. So for border, you have to directly call the border style here. Okay, so we are having a many style like this. So inside a class only, you have to write all the styles. Okay, you can able to understand the basic concept now. See? So this is a meaning and margin. Okay, so in a normal CSS, you can able to see, we can able to choose the color from the color picker. Okay, automatically your VS Code it will give some option like this. Okay, so if you're calling from this, you can able to choose what are the colors you want. Okay, but when it's come to a Bootstrap, we are having a random colors only. So random colors means in this website you can see. See, like this colors only we have. So you want to make it in a blue color means you have to call the primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, okay, info, light, dark, body, white. These are the colors we have in a Bootstrap. These are the random colors only. Okay, so for example, you are creating a registration form. In a registration form, if the user is trying to submit the form without filling any input fields, in that case, directly you can call the text danger there. So, like the error message also, you can able to give there. In case if the user giving a wrong password, the password is not matching, means in that case you can make a warning message there. Okay, success means if they submitted all the details successfully, means so at the end you can able to make a success message there. Okay, so these are the text color we have in a Bootstrap. Okay, same thing for a flex also. See, in a normal CSS, how we are coding a flex? We have to create a div, and inside a div we have to parent a div, and inside a parent div we have to call the multiple child div. Okay, and then in a style tag we have to call the parent div and making a display flex. Automatically the child it will come in a horizontal wise. But here inside a class itself, just use a dflex. So dflex is set to be a display flex. Okay, and we are learning a display inline, right? So this is also display inline. So all the shortcut you have to learn it from this website. So comparing to the normal CSS, the Bootstrap and the tables is very easy for use. Okay, and then see float left and right also we have. Float, start, float, end. Okay, so we are giving the two CDN, right? So why we are giving a two CDN means for the normal text, the flex, or you want to make a grid, or you want to make some background image, color. So like this purpose, all this CDN it will work. Okay, so here itself you can see some style they will given like a functionality model. So this is on all functionality model only. So see, if I click this icon, the next image will come. So these are the default style they will given in a Bootstrap itself. So you want to use the style means if you are trying to using this link means this style it will not work because here they are using some functionality there. Okay, so in that case you have to call the script CDN only. With the help of a script CDN only, this style is all it will work. Okay, so see the buttons. Okay, so button also, if you are creating a form and making a button style means you have to create a class name and you have to call the class name in a style and you have to make a padding, margin, width, height, and what background color, shadow, everything you have to write a separate style for the button. But when it's come to a Bootstrap, just call the class name. Inside a class name, if you are using a BTN primary means the blue color it will take. So I think here it will come. Okay, so if you are using a warning means like this color it will come. If you are using a success means like this color it will come. See? Okay, so these are the shortcut methods. So you have to learn the shortcut method, then only you can able to understand how the Bootstrap is working. Okay, so the grid also we have. So for now we can try how the grid and snapshot works. So in the forms also see, in a previous class we have created one form. Okay, so the width also in a form it's not supporting. So we are making a style for the width, padding and margin, everything we are writing in a normal CSS. But when it's come to a Bootstrap, inside a style itself, inside a class itself, if you are calling a form controller means automatically input field with height, padding, everything, it will Bootstrap, it will take all the style for that. We are not supposed to sit and write for the padding, margin, everything. Okay. So we can see the simple example for now. So just now you can able to understand how the Bootstrap is working. What happened? So this is a Bootstrap grid. Okay, we are going to make some art like this. Okay, so if you want to make a proper style for the art animation, means we have to write a class name here. Okay, and then you have to call the class name inside the section in the style tab, and then you have to make a width height, and you have to use the padding margin. And when it's come to a responsive, you have to write a separate code for the media query. Okay, and then one way, the simple card also it will work in all the size of the screen. But by using a bootstrap itself, you can able to see we are just creating a class. Okay, here I'm just using a BG color as a, we can use the info. C for a padding. This is the parent div. Here I'm just using a row. This is a child. So if you start learning the shortcut method, the bootstrap it will be easy for you. Totally, how many columns we have? We all know how many columns we have. And then what? Fixed center also we can include. So here the image is not coming in a proper way. Hmm. 25. Whatever width we have, we can check. 25, 10. We can 5 by 10 is not supported. 15, 25, 50, 75, only 4 with it will support. And then 100. Yes. Okay. So you want to make it in a smaller size means you have to call the width as a 25. So this is always coming from the Bootstrap only. Okay, so in a Bootstrap, if you are trying to make a width as a 3 means it will not support because default the Bootstrap is taking as a 25 and 50 and 75 and 100. Okay, so you want to make it in a 25 means just call the V and 25. Same thing for a height also. Okay, so the profile is ready and then we can write some text message here. Your name. You can make some dummy text. So because here we are making a danger. So danger means it will take in a red color. Okay, so for text message you want to make in a business, just call the text primary. It automatically stick. Okay. So this is the larger size of the string. Okay, so the same style you want to make it in a normal CSS means how we can able to write the style. You can create a multiple style also. So the same style you want to make it in a normal CSS means you have to sit and write for the each section. Okay, you have to call the grid template column state and by using a 1FR you have to make like this element. Okay, and then you have to make a padding, margin, everything. You have to sit and write for the each style. But when it's and for a media query in a responsive also, you have to call the media query for the each size of the screen, and then you have to adjust the width and height for the each size of the screen. Okay, but when it's come to a bootstrap, okay, automatically see if I'm making in a tab view, see this is the larger size. See if I reduce the screen, automatically the text and width of the box also is taking. See this is the mobile view. Mobile view automatically is taking the responsive thing. Okay. So now I'm just commanding the CDN. Okay, now see. This is a not a functionality. Okay, so this is a normal CSS only. So just I'm commanding the CDN and see what is up. Now see, this is a text message and image. Everything it will not come. With the help of a CDN only we are using the Bootstrap. Okay. So all the text is coming from the Bootstrap only. The BG info is the background color. PG is the padding. O is also it's coming from the Bootstrap only. Okay, and the columns. So totally in our screen we are having a 12 columns. Okay, in a 12 columns we are dividing into a 4 columns there. Okay, so that we are just calling a column MD4, and then here we are making the padding, margin, BG white, background white, rounded, shadow, text center. Okay, so for the image also we are creating a separate class and we are making a image as a rounded circle, and then width it has to come in a proper width, so that we are just calling a width as a 25. Okay, in a Bootstrap we are having a 4 size of the width only, not a width. The size of the screen which we are having a 4 size. The one is 25, 50 and 75 and 100. Okay, if you are calling the width in a height also, you have to call the 4 values only. Okay, and here we are just using the MB. MB means margin bottom. Okay, text primary means it will taken in a blue color because we are having a random colors only. Okay, what are the colors we are having? For primary, warning, danger, and what? Success, white, body. I think we have a 7 or 8 colors only in a Bootstrap. Okay, so you want to see here we are having a primary, danger, warnings, just like that, a random colors only. So you want to choose any different text color or different background color. This you can create a normal type for here. Just move yourself. So here we are using the BG white. Okay, so in case here I'm trying to use a BG as a info. Info is already there. We can use a warning. Now see the background, this color it will come. So you want to choose any different color, but in a Bootstrap we are having only the random colors. Means you can create a normal CSS also, it will support. Okay, just here itself. Okay, here itself just you are already creating the site, right? So here itself just call the section. Okay, and then just call the section inside a style tab. From the CSS also you can able to choose the color, because in a normal CSS we are having a color picker, so that we can able to choose what are the colors we want. But in a Bootstrap we are having a random colors only. Okay, so here call the background color. You want to make a different color mix, just choose this, and here you can remove the color. Just also it will work. Okay, you can able to understand how the Bootstrap is working, why we are using a Bootstrap. So first we can create a class and make a BG as a object. Margin object. The margin top also we can make. See, okay, in a normal CSS we have to write a full name of this. In a Bootstrap, just call the shortcut. And here we can create a div. We can choose this. So now see, we are creating a multiple child. So same thing how we are using a flexer. We have to call the parent class name and we have to make in a display flex. So here just call the D. We can make some space here. See, automatically it will come in a flex view. Okay, so if I want to make it in a laptop view, means see, we didn't write any media query in a grid and flex. Automatically it will come. So this is a flex and this is a grid. See the image also it's supporting. Okay. So in a forms also see, guys, you can able to understand how the Bootstrap is working.
Yes, ma'am.
What about others?
Yes, please.
So in a form, what are the style we want to write? So here we have to create a form tag. Okay. So first we can create a layer. And then here we have to write the label. Yeah, it's coming here. Keep it in a name, email, and what?
So
Hmm. Yes. Three values is coming here. Okay, and finally we have to create a why the form is coming. So we are making three times. Huh?
ma'am, for the input type, but we need to change according to those label, ma'am.
Hmm.
For the email, we need to change the same.
Okay, and then we want to make a button. Okay, just call the submit. Yes, it's coming like this. So first we can make a background color for this. BG. Okay. So now here So here also we can write some images. What are the styles we can able to add? Share it. And then what? Image structure is working. No, it's not working. So for that we can make a so now inside in each input field, just create a class MP3. I think this will work. Yes, it's working. Okay. Okay. For button, just call the class btn space btn slash. You want to make a subsystem, just call the subsystem. UCCESS. Okay. So if I open this form in a laptop view, it will be like this. Okay, if I open the form in a tab view, it will be like this. See, if I reduce the screen, automatically the form input and image button, everything is supporting with the all the size of the screen. Okay, so the form controller and what here, what is the extra thing we add? Yes, the form controller is coming from the Bootstrap only. With the help of a CDN only, we are using the form controller. Okay, automatically the Bootstrap, it will be controlled all the width, height, padding, margin, everything from the form controller itself. Just you have to call the form controller inside a style, inside a class, automatically all the style it will be taken for the particular input field. See here, if I click some hover effect also it's coming. Where is it? Now you can see. If I click, see the shadow and the border also is coming. Okay, so you have to learn all the shortcuts, what are the things we are using in a Bootstrap. Okay, it's all very easy only. Padding, margin, everything you can able to easily understand. For the nav section also you are having here. Nav section means in header part. Header part is like this. See here they are creating the header section, right? So in a normal CSS you want to create means you have to sit and write for the each logos and search for everything. Okay, so here itself. Nav bar. See, so these are the shortcut methods. So you want to make like this with the drop down also you can just copy this. Now see Okay, so you want to change the color also here inside a class. They given a different color. Make it into it's white. Any text black they given here. No, they didn't give anything. Why this is not supporting? It's the BJ. Yeah, text white also is there. Then why it's not supporting? This is now it's supporting. So this drop down is coming from here. I think here not needed. Okay, so you want to increase the padding means go to the parent nav section, just increase the padding. Okay, so if you're trying to open, all the size of the screen, it will support. This is also it's like a functionality only. Any doubt in this? So you having a toast message also. I think for toaster, toaster all after coming to the JavaScript only you can able to use it. So now we can just write. In toaster means we have to call the toaster here. Okay. Just write toast. Huh, it's not coming. Yeah, those body only we are. So this is under JavaScript. Okay. So if I click the button, so after coming to the JavaScript all, we are creating the form, right? So if they're trying to submit the form with the empty input field, okay, and that case, inside a JavaScript, we have to write some functionality there. Okay, from the functionality also, we can able to use the Bootstrap tools. See that? They're just calling a Bootstrap dot tools. Okay, so this also is coming from the Bootstrap only. So this is a JavaScript. Without a JavaScript, how is the Bootstrap? It's not coming. See here like this it will come. So if I click, okay, so I think poster message we have to call the JavaScript. This one it will come. For that, wait. can try this. Without the JavaScript also it will support. For testing purpose also we can able to use this. First, this is what. Yeah, same serial only. So what? Now it's fine. So default is coming, but the ID is not supposed to be. So for that we have to call the JavaScript. So the input for JavaScript only if we are clicking the button, if the input field is empty, then this toast message it has to come. Okay, so not only for the success, even if they are making any mistake also, the error message also it has to come here. So from the ID only, in JavaScript also we have to create an ID only. With the help of an ID only, we are going to connect the HTML to the JavaScript. Okay. So here, why the testing purpose is not working? No, not working. Any doubt in this? You can able to understand how the Bootstrap is working. So we can see the balance topic tomorrow. Okay. And then we can move on to the Tailwind CSS. Tailwind CSS also is very easy. So comparing to the Bootstrap, Tailwind it will be very easy for you. Okay, so here we are having a random colors only. But in a Tailwind, you can able to choose what are the colors you want. How we are choosing a color picker. Same thing only in a Tailwind also. Okay, it will be very easy to use. Okay. So you have to create a normal CSS project. Okay, after complete the project, and then you can start doing the Bootstrap by using the Bootstrap or Tailwind, or you can use both the Bootstrap or Tailwind also. Okay, so by using the CSS frameworks, you are going to do the CSS second project. So first complete the first project and see how it's working. Okay, when is the date to submit your CSS project?
Monday.
Monday, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then we can wind up. Thank you, guys.